Hey guys, welcome back to moreRoslyn. I have to come to you today and talk about pressure. Okay, so we all go through pressure in our life. Like, how much pressure we're going to put on ourselves, how much pressure do we put on other people to get things done, how to kind of deal with pressure in life. And some people call it stress, but I call it pressure because I always want to put a neutral word on things, and I learned this from one of my coaches. So, how much pressure do you want to put on yourself to be raw? How much pressure do you want to put on yourself to do a fast or a cleanse? In the middle of it, are you going to put so much pressure on yourself that you feel so bad that you stick through it? And it was just so much intense pressure on this side of doing it and getting it done that you can't even get to this side, you know. And I feel like I need to explain this even more. So when I did the 28-day cleanse raw, it was fantastic. It was a lot of pressure. It made me realize that I like cooked foods. It was so much pressure to do it that when I came off of it, I crashed. It has taken me a while to get back. And when I mean I crashed, I had no foods. I had things I shouldn't have eaten. I had things, just stuff like that. I could be really upset about that, but I'm not. That's what happened. What I'm trying to do now, instead of putting myself under so much pressure to be raw or to be this or that, I'm just really trying to hone in a little bit maybe from what Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about and take one meal at a time and do things one day at a time and figure things out and create more of a stability and a lifestyle, like my style change, program, just getting something very consistent, very balanced, very routine. Because when I put so much pressure on myself to do the cleanse, I didn't ever want to see raw food again after that for a while. It served me in the time. It showed me a lot of stuff. It showed me how much I could heal, how different I could feel. But I also know that it was so painful is the best way to tell you. It was so hard on my friendships, on my, in all honesty, my social stuff. And because I have certain friends I hang out with, I could say that. Now, if I went and partied all the time or whatever, I'm not going to give that social kind of stuff that much credit, or that doesn't work for me. But I have friends and people that I hang out with that it's very important for my spiritual growth. And whenever I hampered that from being raw, it really messed with me. So I really don't know if I like raw. I'll go raw days and stuff, but I'm not really interested at this point in being raw for an extended period of time. Things could shift and completely change, but that's just how I feel. And because of the pressure that I was under to do the cleanses and the pressure I feel that I put on myself, not anybody else, this is all me, that I put on myself to do or be something that I'm not, it derails me. And I'm really in this place of coming back to who I am and being very firm and consistent and routine, and really giving myself some good boundaries of what my plans are and getting my focus on point. And I don't know if you're putting just too much pressure on yourself like I did, and it might cause you to derail later, or you might suffer so much. I see people on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff, and the things that they're doing, and it might be right for them, but the levels they're going to cleanse and heal look and seem so painful. And I have done the same thing that I don't know, at some point maybe you would want to say, okay, this is too much for me right now, or this is just not working. I want to be happy in this journey. I want to feel good in this journey. That's what I'm having to really come to. If I'm going to do this, doing the medical medium protocols are hard enough. So if I'm going to do this, I want to be happy about it. And you get happier the more you do it. Like, I love my smoothies. This is green, and I get people talk crap about this all the freaking time when they see my smoothies. So I usually don't share them. But that thing makes me feel good. And being under too much pressure to be a certain way all day long, or raw till 4, or this or that, I don't want that kind of pressure anymore. And at all. Like, it's enough pressure to do this, and I love this. So that's what I want to focus on. Loving what I do, being in the moment, being with my food, loving my food, having my routine, being flexible, having food whenever I go out to my social events and my spiritual enlightenment things. Changing some of that stuff that works for me better, instead of trying to completely be raw or this or that or juice or whatever stuff that's just like way too hard or just stresses the body the heck out. I personally don't like fatigue. I also know that it seems like I watch people, and I just have to say this, I watch people that do mastering diabetes and they feel good. I watch people that are doing medical medium and they feel like shit. And it's the same thing. They're doing the same things just about. And I had to really think about this and focus and figure out what is the difference. Because the diabetic people have EBV. They got the same stuff going on with them. They got all kind of, like, they'll have EBV plus. You know, Cyrus, who runs Mastering Diabetes, has alopecia, diabetes, like type 1 diabetes, and hypothyroidism. You know, I have hypothyroidism. So I know that even though he doesn't feel like I feel, but he might have felt like I felt at one time, and he got over it. And I don't know if it was that difficult. I don't know if it has to be that difficult and you have to go through that much detoxing symptoms. So I do have to come back and ask you, do you want to detox that much? I don't want to personally detox that much. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I already know this. So I'm just going to keep working at cutting my no foods out, getting real clear about what I do, not putting as many restrictions, not putting as much pressure on myself through restrictions, through trying to be something that I'm not sure if that fits me right now because the detox might be too heavy. And really just kind of get that momentum going and the consistency going so I can feel good. And one thing that I've noticed, because I always compare things, that's just how I work, and that gets me places. Mastering Diabetes, medical medium, same food. I mean, like, now, Mastering Diabetes people might choose to eat corn and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to choose that. I have noticed that. But for the most part, it's almost exactly the same. What's the differences in what they do? You'll have to find out more at moreRoslyn.vhx.tv and go check me out. I'll see you guys later.